absolutely no sense because it's just whatever going on in my brain. I'm your host Becca, my co-host Max. Sorry, I'm trying to get this so it's not so echoey in my head, because that's never safe. Oh, uh-oh, let's do something. No. And hi Max. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah, anyways. So, welcome back to today's podcast. I have a few decorations. To my YouTubers, you can see I have some, well, it's supposed to be vinyls, but they're paper vinyls. So, I'm trying to describe it. Oh my god. I don't want to break this mic. But yes, welcome back to the podcast. So I'm having some technical difficulties with my headphones. I don't know why they gave me such problems. Anyways, today's episode I want to talk about trends. And I'm not meaning, I actually am meaning those stupid 6'7", which I think was the most stupidest one. I'm sure there's a lot more. But like, I don't know, it's just because I'm old, so I don't know about trends. But if you guys can see Maxie right now, he has his head on my foot. But like, there's just some trends that I just don't get, like the 6'7". I never understood why that was so funny and everybody was doing it, like especially all the young kids. Or the one that, like, I guess they were trying to get like the Kylie lip, where they suck on the shot glass to make your lips bigger. First of all, that was dangerous. I don't know who came up. And my thing is, like, who comes up with these trends and like how do they get so popular? Once again, I don't know, it's just because I'm so old and I don't understand it. But like, I'm not gonna lie, I like TikTok, and I have a TikTok and I do some of them. I'm also really jealous of the dance ones because I can't dance. Like I said, it's because I'm old. But like, some of them I do with like my friends and my dogs. Okay, let's be real, like 99% of the reason why people like my TikToks is because I have my dogs in them. That's okay, I've learned, I understand. But like the 6'7", the Kylie one, that never made sense. Hi, Bubba. Okay, Max, no kissing. That's unprofessional, sir. No kissing on the podcast. That's very unprofessional. Yes, you can chill. Yes, want to say hi to the people? Okay. Anyways, yeah, the trends of like the cut are my favorite, and there's some that I like there's some I do, like the mini ball series where you can get like mini stuff. I do fall for them. I do. Those ones are my favorites. But I guess like I said, because I'm old, some of these trends I just don't understand. But they're fun. Like, some of them are really, really funny. Some of them are just like, what? Like, how is that a thing? Why is that so popular? Like I said, the mini brands, I won't lie, I have fallen into those. I have, you know, I got a few because I'm an adult with adult money, which I should not be allowed to have adult money at all. I don't know who let me be an adult in the first place. But yeah, like the stupid 6'7", I never understood that. Where did it even come from? Like, how did that even happen? Like, I'm sure there's a way, but like, how did 6'7" become so popular? And I know people said, oh, we left 6'7" in 2005. I don't think we did, because I think I heard some kids going 6'7". It's the most ridiculous thing ever. But, you know, like I said, there's been a lot of good ones. Like, some of the dances I do like, some of the games out there I see, and I fall for it. Like, I've seen the game, what's it called, Wavelength. Did I also buy the game? Yes, because I bought it for when my nieces and nephews come and we can play it, or like friends. I thought it'd be fun. Max, do you want to be part of that? Yeah? Okay. But some of these trends I like, the whole Caleb Bassett. I haven't seen Tiger King, so I was so against getting TikTok in like the early 2020s, because I'm like, I don't get, like, I was in Musical.ly still. Like, I like Musical.ly. I was into that app. And then whenever we kind of switched over to TikTok, I didn't have an account for the longest time because I can't remember when TikTok came out, but I don't think I got it until like the winter. Or did it come out? It came out before. Did it come out in 2019? I don't know. But then I went on a trip before the whole pandemic, the world shut down, and so then I got it, and then I was like, oh, I'll never be one of those people who are on TikTok for hours. I'm one of those people on TikTok for hours. You can ask Max. But I want to know, like, how did trends start? Like, who, like, not even like the 6'7" or like the Kylie lips, but like, how did the trends happen? And I had to say, like, artists and movie directors or whatever, they're smart to put some of the stuff out on TikTok because, you know, that's how they come big. Hey, don't chew that. My co-host decides that he's gonna chew our headphones, or my headphones. But like, how did 6'7" happen? Like, who thought, oh, when somebody says 6'7", we go 6'7", and it's the funniest thing in the world? Like, it's not that funny. Like, I never got it. And my nephews, I think one of my nephews did it, and I'm like, what is the point? Like, I'm just looking at them like, okay, yeah, now I'm old. I'm old because, like, I don't get these trends. And then I'll be scrolling on TikTok and I see some of them and it's like, I don't get it. Like, what's the hype about? Why is everybody doing it? Like, why is it so funny? Why is it's like taking over my For You page? It's everywhere I see and everybody's talking about it, and I'm like, why? How does this happen? But then I see other ones, I'm like, oh, okay, like, I get it. This is so cool. Like, the dances I wish I can do and all these other things. I was like, okay, that's good. I like these. But then other ones, like I said, this whole 6'7", the Kylie lip thing. I know there's way more. I know there's way more. And I should have asked my nieces because they're on there a lot. But like, some of them I just have to say, like, I don't understand. But I don't know. I think TikTok can be a good thing and a bad thing. But all social media apps can be like that too. But, excuse me. It's like, I don't know. I thought, like I said, I'm on TikTok too. I watch it. I go down the rabbit hole. I can be on there for hours. But just some of these trends that they think is so funny. It's like, once again, I'm old. I know this. And I don't have kids. I have like nieces and nephews, and they'll tell me stuff, and I'm just like, I don't. Or they'll send me like memes and stuff, and I'm like, I don't get it. And I'm like, oh my god, am I turning into my parents? Am I turning into a boomer where like I don't find these trends so good or funny or whatever? But no, I don't know. Some of them are just ridiculous and weird, and I don't. Now I have, like I said, I've fallen for some of these trends. I've done probably a lot of them with my dog. Sorry, Max. These poor dogs have been used for views. Except for Maggie. Maggie, she's her own species. She's a diva. She won't let me do anything like that. But Maxwell, he's my guy. He'll let me do weird TikToks with him. Like, I remember, like, how did we go from like the early TikToks where it's mostly like dancing and you do like lip syncing to now it's like a full-on production, and I'm always amazed. I guess I was gonna start talking about trends, but now I'm going on this other rampage. See, this is why I can never stick to one topic, because my brain goes everywhere. But I remember the early years of TikTok, and you know, people were doing like the Carol basket dance, which I thought was funny. And like I said, there's some of the TikToks I will sit there laughing for hours, and like the ones like, I call for help to like 20 times and not a single F you or whatever, or I call for help, yeah. And so, ow, Max, okay, move your body. Those ones are funny. Like, there's some of them that I laugh, especially like especially at Christmas when it's the Grinch. Oh my god, that guy from Universal, he's funny. And I have to say, like, even like people who do as makeup trends, like around Halloween stuff, with the clown one this year. You know I'm scared of clowns, that's a whole other thing I'll talk about later, but like seeing people do so, like, I don't know, it's because people can like express and do all that. Like, I see some of these transitions and these videos of people, you know, doing like full elaborate things, and I'm like, dang, I can barely do like a cut through transition. Seeing like some of these people, and they're amazing, like I am not judging, like you guys are like a round of applause. I can barely do any transition where it doesn't look like I'm doing the transition, you know what I mean? But like I remember like the early part of TikTok where, you know, people were just doing mostly dancing. I mean, there was like makeup reviews and you had all that, but you know, it was mostly like people just doing dances and stuff. And then it turned into like this whole big production. And then you have somebody like me who is old, doesn't know how to work TikTok half the time, and just do silly little, I mean, there's some of them that I wish I was like, oh, I can do this, and I'm like, no, I can't. Girl, no, go sit down. You're in your no, you shouldn't be doing this. But I see like so many I don't know, it's because now people can express their talents, but like I don't get how people can like shorten their, like do this whole crazy dance and then like shorten it down to, what is it, 60 seconds now, or 10 minutes or whatever. It's like, dang. But like, but then I noticed too, like now there's people doing like Reddit stories or AITA or what, all these other things. It's like it grew, like TikTok has grown from something that was like musically to this whole big thing that's different, and it's so cool to see. But like going back to like the trends, like I get like, I will say this, TikTok has been really good about like when I listen to songs that I haven't heard in a very long time, it's like, oh my god, like I forgot about all these great songs. Or some of these, sometimes it's like these old shows that I forgot I used to watch, and it's like, oh my god, like I forgot this show was around, or this movie. I'm like, how did I forget about this? But like music, I have to say, is a big one. Like I have found so many songs that I used to listen to again, and it's been so cool. But then there's also, how do I say this nicely? But I find it also too, like, it's some songs or some things can be overdone. Like nobody in particular, and I'm not calling, like I'm not being mean, I don't want to be canceled. And it has, when Driver's License came out from Olivia Rodriguez, it was everywhere, like playing everywhere. It was all over TikTok, it was all over Instagram, it was everywhere, and everybody's like, driver's license, driver's license, driver's license. And at that point, I don't think I've heard, like I didn't hear the whole song to entirety. I think I'd listened to bits and pieces, like I said, off of TikTok or Instagram, whatever. And then so finally my friend's like, no, you have to listen to it, you have to listen to it. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll listen to it. And then we were listening to it, and I'm like, you guys, it was so overplayed that I couldn't enjoy listening to it. And then I don't want to say like after it died out, because like it's gonna be one of the songs, but like after it slowly kind of faded and I got to listen to it, I'm like, okay, now I get to enjoy it. I think I'm one of those people that like certain things I can't enjoy while it's popular. So like Harry Potter and Twilight and The Hunger Games, and you know, other like Lady Gaga, and who else? There's been a lot of artists and movies and TV shows that like everybody would hype, and then it got to a point like that's all people talk about, so I got tired of hearing it. And then once it kind of, I don't want to say die down, but like when people stopped talking about it as much, and it's been like a few years, I was able to enjoy it. Now like Harry Potter and Twilight, I kind of was into it, kind of not in the beginning, like when it first came out. My friends made me watch it with them, but I wasn't like, when you have a bunch of friends over, you're not really paying attention to what movies you're watching. But once my friend was like, oh, just borrow it and watch it, then yeah, I loved it. But like, I remember also too, there was one movie, what was it called? Catch Me If You Can, I think. Like, I watched that years later and I loved it. And I was telling people, and they're like, girl, that came out like years ago. I'm like, I know, I'm the type that like, and it's like I said, I'm not calling out anybody, but like, I guess to me, it's like if people talk about it so much, I don't want to watch it because like that's what everybody talks about. And then it's like years later, I enjoy it, and everybody's like, girl, like we're kind of over that. It's like that's happened in like 2018, 2019. And I'm like, I know, but now I like it. So people talk to me about it. But you know, there's been a few songs, movies, whatever, TV shows that everybody's been talking about, and then it's like, well, I kind of know what happens because you guys all have been talking about it. That's all you guys have been talking about. So why would I go watch it? And then I'll watch it years later. I'm like, wow, I get why people are talking about it. And then I want to talk about it, and then everybody's like, no, we're over it. Like, heated rivalries, everybody's made me, like, people want me to watch it. And I kind of want to watch it, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of don't. But I find heated rivalries, I haven't really seen a lot. Maybe I'm just not on the right side of TikTok, but I haven't seen a lot of clips about it. I heard people talking about it, and I've heard like, I've seen some interviews about it, but like I haven't really seen videos or clips of videos up on TikTok. So I'm not saying they're not there. I haven't come across it, so I kind of forget about it unless somebody brings it up to me. Like my nieces, my nephews, they're like, watch it, or friends or whatever. They say, you gotta watch it, and I keep meaning to, but like, I think because I don't really see it on my For You page or like on Instagram or whatever, I don't remember. So I will watch it. I just gotta figure out where to watch it. But yeah, like I'm not saying, like that's just me though. Like I'm the type that gets into things way after people are already into it. Like it's so funny because I'm not saying this like I hated Lady Gaga or I didn't like any of her music. I did, but it was because it was so played in radio, I couldn't really enjoy it. But then one time I was working and one of my clients had her full concert dated and she wanted to watch it. So I'm like, you know what, why not? Put it up, whatever. And then I got to watch it. I'm like, dang, she's a great artist. And I'm like, oh my God, like I love her music and stuff. And like I said, I remember when Poker Face came out, Poker Face, and why can't I not think of another song? Oh my God, what was the other? I can see it in my head, but anyways, I used to listen to the songs and I thought they were great songs, but for some reason, I couldn't really enjoy it because that's what everybody talked about. But then afterwards, I'm like, oh yeah, like I said, years later, I'm into it. And everybody's like, why are you like that? I'm like, I don't know. Like I said, the only real, like, 2 true movies I was really into and I really wanted to watch in the beginning, and this is like before, you know, social media was a big thing, was Harry Potter, only because, like I said, my cousins dragged me and my brothers to go see it in the theaters. So I had to know how the trilogy ends. Like, I had to see what was going on. But it was so funny because I didn't read the books. I was going more based off the movies. And all my friends would be like, girl, no, you have to read the books and see the movie. And I'm like, no, I don't. And so they'd be talking about something, and because I only had the movie reference, I didn't get what they're talking about. Now I have the books. I still gotta read them. Like, I bounce between books. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta like complete one series and then start a new series. I gotta start doing that. But I did that, and then same thing with like Twilight. I only saw the movies. I didn't read the books. So my friends got better understanding because they read the books first and then watched the movies. I gotta start doing that because when I was reading the first Harry Potter book, they gave more details that were in the movie, which I get because you only have this so much time frame that you can do for a movie, that you have to fit so much into like whatever, like a 2-hour movie and you have to break it. So I get that, but at the same time, I was like, oh, I don't remember this in the movie. I don't remember that in the movie. And I remember talking to one of my friends, and I'm like, how come I don't remember this scene in the movie? She's like, honey, that's because you're supposed to read the books first, you'll get it. So now when people say read the books first and then watch it, I try to do that because I'm like, oh yeah, that makes way more sense. But, and that wasn't just like Harry Potter, it was like Twilight too, and it was like a bunch of other ones that it's like, okay, that makes more sense. But yeah, I have to say, I don't know how this turned into me a tangent about trends to this whole other topic. That's what Comfy Corners is all about. But I have to say, like I said, the one trend I freaking hate the stupid 6'7". I think that was dumb. And I know people say no, they left it in 2025. I don't believe that's true, but hey, what do I know? I just want to know, like, comment down below or tell me, how do you think trends are actually started? Because I'm very, very curious. Because, like, how did, like, you know, people who, I don't want to say not popular, not a big, I guess the people who don't have, like somebody like me, and I'll put myself on blast, I don't have that many followers. I have followers, which I'm proud, like I'm very happy about, I'm grateful for, but I don't have many followers. And then like I'll do like a dance, or I'll do like a haul or something niche, and then somehow that will blow up, and then like everybody's doing it. But like, how do trends start? Like, who says they hear a song or whatever and they just come up with the dance, and then I know they post it, and then people, is that like, does people just see it and they're like, oh, I like that dance, so I want to do it, I want to do it. And like, I know, why do I always think that that dance, like that main dance, will be in the music video? Even though it's not. Like the song came out, or the music video came out before the dance, and then I'll go and watch it thinking that they're actually doing the dance that people have done all over TikTok. And I don't know why, I get a little sad when it's not part of the video, which is stupid, I know. But like, it was that one, or Chanel, like, put me in Chanel, put me in a Chanel, say I love you. That part, I seen the music video and it's not in the music video, and I'm like, well, oh, that's kind of sad. But like, I know the song came out before the dance did, so it make no sense for them to put this, like, have it in the music video when it came out after the song. So to me, but then sometimes I think, yeah, I could be imagining it, and I could be thinking like, oh, did they do, like, I think the girl who did Put Me in Chanel did do it on stage, and I thought that was cool. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's so cool that she knows like the dance from TikTok or whatever. Or maybe she did it before TikTok, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how these dance trends and all these other trends start, but it's just so interesting to me. And but then like I said, I think, oh, they'll do the dance and then it'll be in the music video that the artist comes up with it, and it's like, no girl, like, no, you dumb, that's not how it works. And so I had to remember that, because sometimes like I'll get so excited, I'm like, oh, I'll see that dance, and it's like, well, wait, where's the dance? Like, why is it not in the video? And it's like, oh wait, no, that makes no sense. Like, why would they put that? Like, I don't know, I find it funny. But I also have to say, like, it's interesting how people intercept, or I'm trying to, I don't know what the proper word is. It's like how they see something. Like, I can watch like an I don't know, what's the example? Like AITA, I think that's short form. I can see, like, I'll see what somebody do where they read the whole story, and then, you know, after a couple like swipes and stuff, I'll see somebody else talking about the same story, but their perspective is totally different than the first person who watched it. So, and I'm like, huh, like, that's interesting. It's the same story, like the same story, but then people, I don't know, is how they approach it and how they say, like, spread it out to the world, where it's like, oh, like, I guess like one person's more animated and they're like make it more dramatized, and somebody else who does it maybe isn't as dramatizing of it. And so it's like interesting because like, and it's not like anybody, like sometimes when the person, or even like the stories being read by AI or what, the different voices, sometimes like I hear a story and it's like I don't want to listen to it because like the tone or whatever is too flat or they're overly dramatic, and I'm like, okay, well this is stupid, and then I'll try finding it on my own and reading it like from Reddit or something, and then even then when I read it in Reddit, I'll hear the voice in my head and then I'll start reading it like that. I'm like, oh my god, I can't get away from it. But it's just so funny how people can take a story, like one story, but have two different variations of it, I guess is the right word. Like somebody could be like overly dramatic and over this, and then somebody else could be like more, I don't want to say monotone, but like more like cool and calm about it. Or I've seen some people who almost like do the voice how they think it is, and that can be kind of funny, like how they think that this certain person would talk, and so they try to do that, and I think that's kind of cool. I think that's kind of funny. But and then I hear some of these stories, like I know a lot of it is probably like AI stories about it. It may not be true. And then I think I'm like, how are these, like, are there people like this out in the world? I'm like, there has to be, like, there has to be somebody who had that experience that can write something like this, because like how else would AI come up with this, or how do people come up with this stories? But it's always just so interesting to me how it is, and it's very, it's good, like I said, it's interesting. But the one thing that drives me up the wall is that I'll read, like I'll hear a story off TikTok. My mom always gets mad at me because I will fast forward to get to the point faster, and then they get to go part two, but then the video might not be till like the almost the bottom or the middle, and you don't have that little thing that says, oh, like story's down here. It takes you automatically there, so you have to scroll until you see just watch this video or whatever, and then there's not always a part two. And it's like, why? Just do it, either put it all in one video or have part two next, or part two be like up above part one, so it goes part one, then three, then four, then two, and then five. It's like, why is it not in order? Why are you doing that to me? And then sometimes like you have that, you can push it and it says, oh, for the video to be right there, and it doesn't work. It's like, please try again. It is not working. It's like, yo, you'll have one job, just find me a stupid video. And that's what drives me nuts, is that there's no, like, I'm not saying like, when it's just like a story that like AI is reading it off screen, or a voice or whatever, and so they don't have part two. It's like, you know there's part two, and then but at the search bar it says you can find part two here, but it's not part two, it's still part one. Like, if it's a story from AI, why is there not part two right away? Now I know sometimes people don't post the whole story to Reddit, and that also drives me nuts, but I get it, like, you know. But, and I'm not saying people who are like, I guess real people, like humans telling the story, like that's not AI, it's actual humans, that, you know, maybe they are still living through that story time, so they don't have part two right away, or, you know, they recorded it, but then they said, oh, I said too much, or I didn't want to say this and that, so they edit. I get that, like if it's real people and like life happens, I get it. But if it's a story from like AI stuff, they have to post part two, because I am nosy. I need to know this stuff. Like I need to hear the rest of the story, because it would drive me nuts. But I mean, if the person didn't post a follow-up or a part two, whatever, it's not anybody's fault. But they don't pick those stories, people. And I'm also wondering, do people like just go on Reddit and grab the stories and then post it? Like, I'm always confused how that works too. But yeah, I guess that's my rant. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. I don't know how I went from talking about trends to talking about TikTok and all this other stuff, but thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you have a great day or night or whenever you're listening to this. And yeah, thanks guys. Have Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.